welcome to my channel. I'm Maeve, and today, as promised last week, or well, I didn't promise, but like I was talking about last week. Last week I showed you a create a sim video where I had created Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn, and I titled that video Gotham City Sirens. And so today we're going to be looking at the penthouse that I've built. I mentioned in the last video a little disclaimer. I named this Gotham City Sirens because that was a convenient name and because that's just what they're called when we get these three women together. There is a series of comics called Gotham City Sirens. I just want to give you this disclaimer that I'm not actually basing any of this on the comics. I haven't read them, so don't get on to me about not knowing what I'm talking about, because I'm not claiming to know what I'm talking about. And I think that's all I have to say to introduce this video to you. So let's get into the build. Alright, so here's the penthouse, and the first thing I did was put in the elevator, the trash chute, and the mailbox because I didn't want to forget any of those things. And then I just started going through the build catalog and just like choosing items that I thought were suitable for each individual, and then which items I thought might work in the common areas. And as you can see, I cut out a lot of that because going through the catalog like that is very tedious, and I know you don't want to watch it. So but here you can see where I've kind of grouped all the items. So you've got like Harley Quinn with her pinks and blues and pastels on the right side. Over there on the left side, you've got like this 1930s, 1940s Hollywood style, or like, I don't know, just kind of like antique or vintage or whatever over there. Lots of greens and earth tones. And then for Catwoman, I've got a lot of like black and red and cat print, of course. So we do a lot of leopard print and tiger print for her. And I really loved the black and the gold together, and it reminded me of the swimsuit that I put her in the last video. In case you didn't watch that, I'll probably go ahead and link to that here. Anyway, after I got all my items, well, not all my items picked out, but the items that were going to help me figure out my layout. So once I got all those items picked out, I boxed them up in like sections, I guess, or like, you know, I put them in rooms basically. And like the items that I thought would go together in the build, I just put them in the same room, and then I moved them to one of the floors above so that I could have like an entire empty canvas on the first floor to start building. And so the first thing that I did was I put in this roller rink because I was like, that's so Harley. Like Harley Quinn, you know, she has like this like roller derby thing going on in the Birds of Prey movie that recently came out, and I decided to just like roll with that, no pun intended. And I just put this bar in there because I thought, you know, you come out of the elevator and you know, if you're a guest in this home, then, you know, let's have like this lounge area and this roller rink and this bar. And like, can you just imagine walking into a penthouse and someone being like, you know, just take a seat, make yourself at home, there's a roller rink here if you want to play on it, or you know, have a drink or just whatever. So unfortunately I forgot to hit record for a few of the rooms that I was working on. So I do have in here a couple of rooms that you actually didn't get to see me build, but it basically kind of like moves out into sort of like an arcade area. You've got a dance floor, a balcony with like a stage for a band, which I thought would be fun, like a three-piece band starring Gotham City Sirens. Maybe they're even called that, I don't know. And then I don't remember if I said a dance floor already, but then you've got like the karaoke stage, and then like a little arcade area where there's a couple of like video games that they can play, and then it kind of like circles around to like the kitchen and dining area. And I also put in a bathroom, or actually like a couple of bathrooms, you'll see. But yeah, so now I'm in the kitchen area and I'm working on sort of like a pantry or like a giant storage closet sort of. I've got bars just all over the place in this build. I don't know why I went so crazy with the bars. I just thought that I wanted this penthouse to be like almost sort of like nightclub-esque, like just so many different ways to entertain, you know. And so yeah, you've got like this this big staircase, and I used a lot of illuminated things, so like illuminated pillars, illuminated stairs, illuminated bar counters, I also picked out these cannons because they were very like 90s Warner Brothers Harley Quinn, like you know, with the wooden mallets and stuff like that. So I thought that was something wacky that we could add to this build that would be appropriate. Yeah, you see me here working on the double stove. So I used these stoves from what is it? Snowy Escape. So I really love these stoves because they don't have that like you know, that like raised area across the back where like usually you'll find like the controls or like the timer and stuff. They don't have that, so they work really well in island counters. And then I decided just to put like a half wall around them. I'm not really sure why I did that. I just thought it looked better than having like the bare like back of the oven showing. I thought it didn't look very nice, and I thought, let me just put the half wall around it, and then I can have it like any color or style that I want. And I put this little like tiny island behind that counter also. And then I set like this decoration on top of it, but later I'm going to remove that and put like this, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a projector that like shows you like a hologram, I guess. Holograph. I don't remember which is which. Anyway, so then I went into Harley's room, and that one was a little bit difficult just because there's not a lot of items that I feel like really fit in with like exactly her style. So I kind of had to make do with what I had, and I went more based on color and shape than like actual style, because I figured it's fine if she's a little bit eclectic, because you know, out of the three, I think she's the most like wacky and crazy. But I like the way the bathroom turned out. I gave her like a walk-in shower with the new shower fixture from Snowy Escape, which I was very excited to get to use because I just bought that pack. As always, I did the 5-piece bathroom. You know what? I love my 5-piece bathrooms, and I gave her like a big closet, and like the there's like a podium, and I don't even remember what pack it comes with, but it's like for a dressing room, I guess, and I decided to stick that in there. And I had fun with that like rainbow prop from Get Famous, and made that kind of part of her doorway. And everyone gets a fireplace. I just want to mention that real quick, but we're not even going to get to Ivy in this video. So I put Harley on the first floor and Catwoman on the second floor, and then Ivy on the third floor. And the reason I did that was because when I first opened this build and I was looking at sort of the blank canvas, I automatically knew like which balcony view I wanted each of these women to have. And so Harley gets this balcony view that kind of like looks out on like on the city, basically, like not the city, but like in San Myshuno, you have like a body of water, and then you have like an island with like a whole bunch of cityscape on it. And I mean, I guess it's supposed to be like Manhattan, maybe, or I don't know, San Myshuno. Maybe it's not even supposed to be like New York. Maybe it's supposed to be like Tokyo or something. I don't know. I've never been outside the United States. I've never even been to New York, but Yeah, Harley has like this balcony view that shows like a cityscape basically, and Catwoman has a balcony view that looks out at the moon as it's rising, and it was really important to me to give her that specific balcony view. Um, and as you can see, I did give them a basketball court on the second floor, and here in a minute you're going to see where I also put in a home theater on the second floor as well, and I thought that turned out really nice, and it was my first time making either one of those types of rooms. It's also my first time ever using the roller rink, so a lot of firsts for me in this build, because it's also, I might have said this already, but it's also my first time building a penthouse, which was very, very fun. But it comes with its own set of challenges, definitely. Um, but yeah, so we're looking at the balcony right now, Harley's balcony, and I put these dartboards out there just for fun. I could definitely see her playing darts and maybe like putting a picture of somebody she doesn't like very much up there. But here on the second floor next to the basketball court, I did put a fitness room, so they've got a place to practice their like martial arts, or you know, they can run on a treadmill, or they can lift some weights or whatever, do some strength training, or do some yoga. And then also on the second floor, I've got kind of like a little lounge area before you see, well, not really before, but like the lounge area kind of like leads to the home theater. So like you have like a piano and a bar, and then you have like the steps leading up to the theater. And then I put a spa in, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it because I actually am not done with this build yet. And so like what you're seeing is in this video is actually like where I left off last in this build. So what you're seeing is like all that's been completed at the time of this recording. So anyway, I put the spa in, but I tried to make it like a spa for 3 people to be able to use at one time, and then I was worried about like people getting embarrassed because like they're in the shower or they're in the tub or whatever, and like, you know, somebody walks in on them. So then I ended up putting them all like in separate rooms, and it just like really just crowded and just too much of a cluster of rooms, I guess. So I think I'm probably going to move the spa stuff upstairs to the 3rd floor where Ivy has her bedroom, which I feel like makes more sense anyway, because plants need water, and like that's what spas are all about, is like hydrating, right? So I'm probably gonna move all that stuff up to the 3rd floor, and then like cut back on some of it, so it might just be for one person to use at a time instead of like 3 people to use at once. So yeah, I'm still working on the 2nd floor. I think a lot of this is actually not going to turn out the exact way that you're seeing it. For example, this balcony, I think it's not a very good use of space, so I'm probably going to change that part up a little bit, and you know, just make a little more indoor space for this build. And yeah, I haven't even started on the 3rd floor yet. But anyway, that is all I've got for today, but I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button for me so that other people will know to check out my channel. You can also subscribe to the channel, of course, and you can click the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video, which is usually every Monday at 11 a.m. And I also am doing my ASMR shorts now every Thursday the evening, and of course it's Mountain Standard Time. So if you live somewhere else in the world, then it's probably not exactly those times for you. Anyway, please leave me a comment. I love hearing from y'all in the comments, and I don't think I mentioned that in my last video. I'm not sure if I did in the last one before that either, but please leave me a comment and I'd love to chat with you. And that about wraps it up, I think. So yeah, until next time, I hope you'll be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and always remember to stay hydrated, and I will see you next time. Bye.